from alligators to cooking alligators. We have alligator sauce pecan, we got fried alligators, we got alligator burgers, we got alligator sausages, we got alligator 6 ways to Sunday, and we have the most crafters we've ever had before. We have over 87 crafters today and 27 food vendors.
And no matter the dish, attendees were loving the edible offerings at this year's festival.
I enjoyed trying the different foods, like the spicy jelly and the cooked food too.
We just wanted to come out and enjoy a Saturday and get some alligator in any kind of way that we could find it. And I heard you can hold alligators over here as well. So,
while celebrating all things alligator was the festival's focus, there was a greater cause driving the event itself.
This year is our 42nd annual. We started in 1980. We give about $42,000 every year to scholarships. And this is our biggest fundraiser of the year. Not only do we give scholarships, but we also do work across the world. We do stuff in Honduras, the Lunches for Learning. We do Christmas baskets, Thanksgiving baskets, all for the community.
Great weather provided for a great turnout. That, along with efforts of Rotarian volunteers, parish employees, vendors, and great entertainment made the Alligator Festival a huge success. The best of the best competitive catfishing teams in the country descended on St. Charles Parish to take part in the King Cat Catfishing Tournament. This was the first time King Cat's tournament has come to the river parishes through a partnership with the parish's Office of Economic Development and the River Parishes Tourist Commission. It was also the first time many of these anglers have put their lines in our waters. Their initial experience in the catfish capital of the universe was wildly successful.
There's a lot of people that say we're the catfish capital of the state or we're the catfish capital of the United States. We've never heard catfish capital of the universe. And I said, that's pretty, you gotta be pretty, you gotta have a pretty good strong backbone to come up with those words. Right now, nowhere else can I say that we could see what we've seen this week in the consistency of what's going on.
We've fished all over the country all the way from Virginia to Texas and most places in between.
Battery issue?
And we've never seen anything like it.
Today it did.
100%. I've seen a lot of fish caught in other lakes and everything, but never. Everyone that's fishing this tournament, I'll guarantee you they did the same as we did. This tournament is setting an example right now.
Good evening, and welcome to the St. Charles Parish Council regular meeting and budget hearing on Monday, November 6th, 2023 at 6 p.m. in the council chambers in the parish courthouse. Please silence all electronic devices and remove all hats. This meeting is called to order with a prayer and a pledge of allegiance from Father Stephen Dardis with the Holy Family Catholic Church in Luling.
Let us remember that we are in the holy presence of God. Heavenly Father, we lift up our hearts to you, grateful to live in a place where we have some say in our governance and what happens to us and the laws decreed for us. We thank you for that tremendous blessing, and we never take it for granted. We thank you for our elected officials. And Lord, we entrust to you the talents and the intelligence that you have entrusted to us. Guide us in our discussions as we lay everything at your feet. Help us to keep in mind the common good of every individual and the dignity of every person we represent, their material good and their spiritual well-being. Lord God, we entrust to you this evening's conversations. We ask that you would bless all that we say and all that we decree for the good of our community. Be with us, Lord. Teach us your ways. We pray with the words that you gave us. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Father Dardis. All right, first we need the approval of minutes. I need a motion and a second to approve the regular meeting of October 23rd. I have a motion by Mr. Fisher and a second by Ms. Fonseca. Please cast your votes. And that passes unanimously. Now, special business, proclamations, canvass returns, etc. Item number 2023-0290, proclamation, National Adoption Day. Proclamation. Whereas National Adoption Day was established in 2000 by a coalition of national partners, including the Alliance for Children's Rights, the Children's Action Network, and the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption. And whereas in 2002, the coalition gained the support of the Congressional Coalition on Adoption Institute, and by 2003, there were already 120 jurisdictions nationwide observing National Adoption Day. And whereas there are currently many thousands of children in the adoption system waiting to be adopted from foster care to their forever homes, and whereas National Adoption Day is commemorated every year in the United States on the Saturday before Thanksgiving, this day focuses on children waiting for permanent, loving families. And whereas many courts and communities throughout the United States come together to finalize hundreds of adoptions in process, and whereas since its inception, more than 75,000 children in foster care have been adopted on National Adoption Day, and whereas the key goal of the National Adoption Day is to raise awareness of foster children in need of new families through adoption. Now, therefore, be it resolved, we, the members of the St. Charles Parish Council and the Parish President, do hereby proclaim Saturday, November 18th, 2023, as National Adoption Day in St. Charles Parish, and encourage all citizens to recognize the importance of adoption and share the belief that every child deserves a permanent home and a loving family. And we have Miss Dana Cousins to accept.
Hi, I'll just say a couple words. Thank you once again for remembering National Adoption Awareness Month, and especially this specific day. I just wanted to share a couple statistics with you that the Louisiana Department of Children and Family Services released. It's from their most recent federal fiscal year. There were 6,272 children served in foster care in that year. 364 served in extended foster care, and these are children between the ages of 18 and 21. There were 749 newly certified foster homes, and 700 children were adopted. So just as a reminder of the impact of National Adoption Awareness Month, there continues to be many, many children still awaiting their forever homes, but certainly on National Adoption Awareness Month and other days throughout the year, we want to remember these special children. So thank you once again for the proclamation. It's greatly appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, item number 2023-0291, a resolution providing for canvassing and returns and the declaration of results of the special election held in St. Charles Parish, State of Louisiana on Saturday, October 14th, 2023, to authorize the renewal of the special tax, the ARC, therein. Mr. Dewsom.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Jason Akers wasn't able to be here tonight, so I'm going to take these for him, so bear with me. This will just basically canvass the returns and declare the results of the ARC election, so appreciate your support.
Thank you. File number 2023-0291 is now open for public comment. If there's anyone who'd like to come up and speak regarding this item, please do so now. Seeing none, public comment is closed. Is there any council discussion? All right, none. Please cast your votes for file number 2023-0291. And that passes unanimously. Item number 2023-0292 is a resolution providing for the canvass and returns and declaring the results of the special election held in St. Charles Parish, State of Louisiana, on Saturday, October 14th, 2023, to vote upon the adoption of amendments to the current St. Charles Parish Home Rule Charter. Mr. Dewson.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. This is similar to the previous one, just declaring the results of the election for the charter amendments that were approved.
All right, thank you. 2023-0292 is now open for public comment. If there's anyone who'd like to speak regarding this item, please come up and speak now. Seeing none, public comment is now closed. Is there any council discussion? Seeing none, please cast your votes for file number 2023-0292. That passes with Mr. Dufresne and Ms. Cormier voting nay. Item number 2023-0306, a resolution authorizing the loan application to the Louisiana Department of Environmental Quality by the Parish of St. Charles, State of Louisiana. Mr. Dewson.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. If you recall, last week during the budget hearings, David Generous from Wastewater had mentioned us doing another loan with DEQ to do Hahnville sewer plant rehab. So this is just the very beginning process. In order for us to even apply for the loan, we have to do a resolution from the council saying, authorizing us to just apply for the loan. So this is just the first step in us applying for the 0.95% loan through DEQ for $10 million to do the Hahnville sewer rehab plant.
Okay. File number 2023-0306 is now open for public comment. If there's anyone who'd like to come up and speak regarding this item, please do so now. Seeing none, public comment is now closed. Is there any council discussion? Doesn't appear there is. Okay, please cast your votes for file number 2023-0306. And that passes unanimously. All right. Moving right along. Reports, finance, and administration activities. Item number 2023-0303, Public Service Commission. Mr. Eric Skrmetta is here to report. Hello, Eric.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Thank you for the invitation to come speak to you all tonight. In the last redistricting, the legislature
So, new logo, same great services. The Workforce Commission is a dual entity. Basically, we assist residents with job prep, resume, job search, soft skills, the competencies necessary to actually acquire a job. And then we also work with members of business and industry to find out what's coming down the pipeline, what are the competencies necessary. So when we do have vacancies and opportunities available in our parish, we can ensure that our residents are able to actually obtain those jobs, but also perform at a level that's synonymous with success. All right. Now, the most important part about our entity is just our partnerships. We partner, again, with members of business and industry, training providers, individuals from all industries, healthcare, of course, chemical manufacturing, storage. And here I posted this picture. This was actually a few weeks ago. It was a superintendent's forum. And it was very important, and you can notice all of the superintendents were in attendance, obviously, but also to the left, you see St. James Parish President Pete Dufresne was in attendance. Towards the back, State Representative Ken Brass, who's a former council member in St. James Parish. There's a guy you may know who's here with us today, Mr. Jay Robichaud was present. We have Serena Lorette from RPCC. Our chairman, Tricia Thompson, is in the picture, and also Mr. Quentin Bradley, who's the senior workforce developer for Oxner Healthcare Systems. Now, the reason that I point this out is to let you know that we have many, many partnerships. We have a lot of people across the board that believe in this department and they contribute to this department, and they all share in the same goal and the same mission with us, is that we have to do what's necessary to ensure that our residents are able to go to work, but also that we have a workforce that can keep our business members and business owners thriving as well. So we have a lot of people that buy into this and support us in addition to you all, and that's a very imperative component of our department. This makes that all play a vital role in advising us and leading us to ensure that we're funneling our funds towards the right initiatives. And they help us study labor market data and trends to ensure that we're directing our dollars in the right places so that we can come out with providing our residents and businesses the best benefit possible. And I would be remiss if I didn't especially thank you all, the council, but also President Jewell and Michael Palamone. They were extremely instrumental in composing this board. Nobody wants to relive COVID, but we didn't have a board around that time. And Mr. Palamone and Mr. Jewell really went out and helped us compose this board. And as you can see, it consists of people from all three parishes. So therefore, we all know all of our parishes are different, but we want to be sure that we're as in touch with the individual cultures as possible to ensure that we provide a benefit that can be mutually accepted by all. Business services, we help members of business and industry, again, job postings, labor market information, paid on-the-job training, of course, job fairs, and customized training. I just want to point out the unemployment rates of our parishes. St. Charles Parish, most recently, is touting 2.9%, which is actually really good. 4.1 in St. John the Baptist, 4.5 in St. James Parish, excuse me. So statewide, 3.3% is the unemployment rate. We're roughly at about 3.8 in our region, but we are working with leaders and training providers from our sister parishes to see exactly what it is that we can do to reduce that number in those parishes as well and kind of get us all on the same playing field. Individual services, again, resume writing, job search, but our most popular program is the tuition reimbursement. We pay on average about up to $6,000 per person for that individual to attend a training and acquire a secondary credential in what we deem an in-demand job. So that's a job or career or industry where the demand is growing and there are special skill sets that are necessary for individuals to enter those occupations. We will actually pay for the training for that individual. We will also pay for any other equipment necessary, whether it be PPE or books, anything that's necessary for a successful completion of that curriculum. We'll actually cover the cost. So essentially, it will cost the resident nothing but time and some dedication, and they can acquire those secondary credentials and get a lucrative career opportunity. One of the great new beginnings of this year that I mentioned is that we actually opened the new office and reopened one of our offices. We lost 2 offices due to Hurricane Ida. The one in St. John Parish was completely wiped out, so we actually had to acquire an entire new site. And here in St. Charles, we just had to renovate our building on Paul Mallard Road. We were displaced for roughly about 13 months. Actually, during that particular time. Mr. Dwayne Foray was so kind to house us at the Edward Dufresne Center for that period of time. But this year in March, we were actually able to open those 2 new facilities, which is great because it puts us more in tune with the residents of our community because they actually have a place, a physical location where they can come and receive face-to-face interaction and also hands-on assistance with whatever it is that they may need. So that was really, I won't read them all, but we have expended all of our funding. We have a total of about 623 participants that have been served in some form or fashion. We had participants that participated in IDA funding, which is where we had temporary jobs after IDA to help bring our area back up to par. 180 plus active training clients that are actually working with our career coaches, that are actually entering the workforce or transitioning throughout. And we also have a great partnership with RPCC. We're taking advantage of that local facility that's being opened. They actually help us with HiSET and also participant assessments as well. So we have that great network in our parish and also throughout the region just to ensure that we are leveraging every resource to the fullest extent possible. So one that I don't want to just kind of gloss over is the fact that we exceeded all of our negotiated performance outcomes. So basically how it goes is every year, every workforce area is graded based on these performance measures, which you see before you. And this is so important because that basically translates into dollars for our department. The more efficient we are with that spending, the greater benefit that we provide to our residents through that spending, that translates the amount of funding that we'll receive in the coming years. So this is our most recent performance measure sheet you see before you, and if you'll notice based on the tab, we have exceeded performance measures in 15 out of 15 categories, which is amazing. Again, that's a true testament to the leadership that we have around this department, but most importantly, our team members and the hard work that they put in and day out on the front lines, assisting our residents, assisting members of business and industry, and ensuring that we have one of the more successful areas throughout the state. So this is amazing in itself, and hopefully, according to the algorithms and formulas utilized, we will see a return in the form of more funding designated for our area in future years to come. Extremely excited about that. And here's just a collage of some of our participants, some of our students who actually graduated, sent some of their pictures into us at job fairs around the region as well. A snapshot as of September of this year. We had 69 individuals that actually acquired a CDL license through our department. About 59 of those individuals were youth. If they did not participate in the CDL program, they participated in the Certified Lineman program, which is a training cohort with energy, in which individuals learn how to service the electricity poles throughout Louisiana, post-hurricane, things of that nature, and just some more of our other popular programs that we have. So this is roughly about 170 individuals that have been serviced as of September of this year. And again, I know you may say, wow, 170 out of 3 parishes, right? But you have to realize that we expend about $6,000 per. So we're putting north of $1 million into our community, into our residents, and making that investment to ensure that not only do we have a strong business community, but we also have individuals that are able to fulfill those vacancies, take advantage of the opportunities. So not only can they live and play and enjoy our beautiful parish, but they can also provide a sustainable quality of life for themselves and their families as well. So we really pride ourselves on that, and I'm extremely, extremely proud of the year that we had. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you may have at this time.
Thank you, Mr. Scott.
My pleasure.
Ms. Cluley.
Thank you, Madam Chair. For an individual to receive a CDL license, how long does it normally take, or is that not something that you deal with? That's just the school that deals with it?
So there are 3 course schedules. The shortest is 4 weeks. That's if an individual is able to go Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 4:30. If they're able to go at night, they can go in 6 weeks between 6 and 9 p.m. And if an individual is only able to go on Saturdays and Sundays, it'll take a total of 8 weeks.
Oh, so that's available like
yes, ma'am.
weekends.
So 4, 6, or 8 weeks, just depending on the individual and their availability.
Do they have to be a resident of the tri-parish?
For
area?
us to help them, yes, ma'am. But if they live in an outside parish, there is a local workforce office that should be able to assist
Do
them.
you do or sponsor firefighter training at all?
I have not heard of it. It may exist, but there's nothing off
Nothing
the top
yet.
of my head that rings a bell. No, ma'am.
Well, asking for a friend, do they have job opportunities for people who are getting ready to retire from their jobs and stuff that you could provide?
There are job opportunities available, but that said individual would have to be okay with the pay and the wage that may come with those types of positions.
Negotiated, yeah.
It can be negotiated, yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Fisher.
I don't know if I can follow that one up. Mr. Scott, just kind of information to the access to the High Step program. Is that a set time frame, or is that kind of dictated by the amount of participants or the people that you have with it?
It's actually based on the individual, because HiSET, as I'm sure you know, is essentially the OGED. So it's basically just, it's up to that individual when they complete the curriculum. It's kind of one of those courses where they actually, they kind of dictate the duration of the course. As far as us, we don't need a minimum class size or anything like that to send individuals. It can literally be one person that's interested, and we'll provide assistance for them.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Is there any other council discussion? Thank you, Mr. Scott.
Thank you.
Item number 2023-0317, Parish President remarks and report. Mr. Jewell.
Thank you, Chairwoman. Real quick, we'll start with Lakewood Drive. So Lakewood Drive at Heather is closed, started this morning through this Wednesday. The intersection of West Heather Drive and Lakewood Drive is being worked on. Right now, the contractor is performing a utility relocation so that we can properly install the drainage for that project. So no traffic is going to be allowed to cross that intersection during that time. If you've driven through that area lately, you've seen the tremendous progress that the contractor is making in that area. And we want to keep them working as quickly as possible. Obviously, while they do this relocation, they need to come back and add the actually final touches, the asphalt and the new base layer underneath. So that will cause the intersection to close again during the Christmas school break, so that the final touches can be put on that, and they're going to use a high early mix of concrete, which cures much faster than normal concrete. And obviously, we're timing it with the Thanksgiving and Christmas breaks so that the buses will be able to go through there, and it will be able to we'll be able to keep it open during school. West Bank Waterworks A-filter ribbon cutting. Last week or last Monday, we had a ribbon cutting on an important project at the West Bank plant. This is the A-filter upgrade that the council approved. A little over almost a $500,000 project to extend the life of that filter by at least a few decades. The filter is actually from the 1950s, and we're not so sure that it had ever been redone. So we updated some valves, we updated some piping in there. They updated the under drains and refreshed the entire filter housing. And we are doing a similar project on the East Bank as well. So that project is complete. We are also working on the West Bank Waterwork IDA repairs. So you can see that repairs are wrapping up on the treatment plant with final work on the roof. You can see the new storage building in the back is complete. And the billing office is on its final punch list. So stay tuned for a ribbon cutting announcement. We're told that the furniture will be in next week for that building. And I know our Waterworks employees are going to be happy to get back into that building because they're a little bit crammed right now in the back building. I just kind of spoke about this. East Bank C filter improvements are ongoing. So it's kind of a good view that you can see down into the filter there where they replace all the under drains. They're going to reline all of that concrete, and then they'll refill all of that with sand, and the water will actually come in, pass through that, go down, and be filtered through before it gets distributed out into the system. And right now the focus is on the catwalk that connects the building to the outside building that is being replaced as well. Over to Veterans Luncheon. Previous Thursday, November 9th, Sheriff Greg Champagne and I hosted about 300 St. Charles Parish veterans and their spouses for lunch and special presentations to honor and thank all of our veterans for their service. We appreciate all of our veterans who came out. It was a wonderful event, and certainly looks to be growing every year, so we're glad that we're reaching all of our veterans, and we're glad they were able to take a stroll through the Veterans Memorial Plaza afterwards. The Department of Community Services is handing out Thanksgiving baskets with a turkey and other items for Thanksgiving for those who are most in need in St. Charles Parish. They distributed over 350 of those baskets. Corporate and community partners donated over $6,000 as well as food and time to assemble the baskets. So we appreciate all of those who helped spread the holiday cheer and give special meaning for Thanksgiving for those in the parish who need it. Monsanto Park, you probably saw earlier this fall, the Department of Parks and Recreation hired an arborist to help us revitalize the Ellington Oaks, as they're referred to, in Monsanto Park. So a lot of what was done was to help us reestablish the canopy cover on those trees. And the trees, I'm going to be honest, were in really, really bad shape. The drought was certainly not helping them as well. And so the trees were trimmed. A lot of the dead branches were trimmed off. The ground was air spayed, so they broke up the soil to help aerate it. And they put down fertilizer to help give the trees the nutrients that they need and kind of nurse them back to health. But the job isn't done, so we're going to be getting some more regular inspections of these trees, yearly fertilization and soil aeration, as well as bi-yearly pruning, which is what's recommended for live oaks. And we're going to make sure that those processes are done and certified by an arborist, and try to really get those trees back to where they need to be and have them healthy for years to come. All right, this fall we had more than 60 seniors who participated in beanbag baseball. The Department of Parks and Recreation is proud to see the continuous growth of this leisure activity for our senior population. And the spring season is slated to begin March 6th, 2024 at 10 a.m. at the Edward A. Dufresne Community Center. For more information, please visit parksandrec.com, scpparksandrec.com, or 985-783-5090. Again, we're excited that this program is growing, and it provides really a leisure activity for our seniors in a really, I'm telling you, they are so competitive when they play beanbag baseball. And I think when we started, there was only one beanbag baseball team, and now you have two very full teams going on simultaneously, and we hope it continues to grow. The West Bank Bridge Park update, if you passed out there today, you saw them tearing down the original fence for the West Bank Bridge Park, and they are setting the stage for a new fence to go up, as well as the foundation for the new tennis courts is set. The foundation, the framing for the concrete pour. The irrigation system for the baseball fields is in the process of being installed. And next to come, you'll see the backstop posts and footings, as well as the concrete for the lights at the tennis court taking shape. And in the picture, you can see that the under drainage limestone layer for the baseball infields where the turf will be is pretty much installed. And pretty soon we'll see some turf going in. The scoreboards are going to be removed here pretty soon, as well as the foundation for the lights of the ball fields. Those will be going in. They'll be driving some pilings and then setting those foundations on top. It's truly a unique project because there are multiple groups working together to enhance the bridge park. So it is a lot of logistics going on, and things have to happen in a certain order so that people aren't on top of each other's work. And to give you an idea, it's approximately 20 people working from 12 different agencies or 12 different groups to make this happen. Over to Christmas Senior Luncheon. This is always a very popular event every year. December 7th at 11 a.m. until 1:30 p.m. at the Edward A. Dufresne Community Center. I think we're preparing for 550 people to come to this event this year. We're going to have entertainment. We're going to have lunch, photos with Santa. There'll be a gift certificate for our residents who come, and they may even receive a poinsettia again this year. But due to the overwhelming attendance that we had last year, this event again is going to be capped at 550 due to the capacity of the gym, and it's going to be on a first come, first served basis, and there will be no seat saving for anybody, which is very hard to police, let me tell you. St. Charles Parish residents are invited to the toy and gift event that is held every year. This event, although a lot of people think it's a parish event, it's actually put on in partnership with Toys for Tots, Valero, the Rotary Club, United Way, and what is that last one? Yeah, the Time Speaking, yeah. The Toy Fund. And so, but it's a great event, and it's grown so much that we've been able to open it up for every resident from ages infant to 16 to come out and get a gift. And I'm telling you, I know the tradition of this event has been those who are most in need, and we identified kids to the school system. There are literally so many toys that are donated. You could not give them to all the kids in the school system. So truly, please let everybody know that it is from any child who wants to come pick out a toy, ages 0 to 16. And it's a great event that is put on, as well as in conjunction with our RSVP volunteers. So that event, again, I might not have said this, but it's going to be Saturday, December 16th from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. at the community center. Please come out and help us spread some holiday cheer to our residents. That concludes my report.
Thank you, President Jewell. Okay, next we have ordinances, resolutions introduced for publication and public hearing Monday, December 4th, 2023, 6 p.m., Council Chambers, Courthouse, Hawnville. Item number 2023-0314, 2023-0318, 2023-0319, 2023-0323, 2023-0324, 2023-0325, 2023-0326, 2023-0327, and 2023-0328. Ordinances scheduled for public hearing that were introduced at a previous meeting. Item number 2023-0301, an ordinance approving and authorizing the execution of Amendment Number 1 to Professional Services Agreement with Arteman and Associates Incorporated for the Evangeline Road and the CN Railroad Box Culvert, project number P210701, in the amount of $8,500. Mr. Bingham.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This project started as an in-house project that we felt we could do with in-house forces. Some of the circumstances in that area made us believe we needed to go to an outside consultant. After we did a little bit more work with the CN Railroad and coordination, they wanted a little bit more than we had in our original geotechnical work. And so this is to add that additional work so that we can meet the CN requirements.
All right. File number 2023-0301 is now open for public hearing. If there's anyone who'd like to come up and speak regarding this item, please do so now. Seeing none, public hearing is now closed. Is there any council discussion? Mr. Fisher.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd just like to ask your support for this. This is one of the projects that was identified in the original Munch drainage study of 2019 and then was recertified with Principles Engineering. It will increase the flow that we need to the 2 pump stations that we have currently plans for. So again, I ask you for your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fisher. Is there any additional council discussion? Okay, seeing none, please cast your votes for file number 2023-0301. And that passes unanimously. File number 2023-0307, an ordinance approving and authorizing the execution of change order number 1 for road maintenance 2022-23, project number P220501, to increase the contract amount by $1,012,969.06 and increase the contract by 45 days. Mr. Bingham.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is the second round of our very successful asphalt maintenance program. We originally put out a bid with the money we had in the budget for the year. We had some money that was still needed to be rolled over. When we got to the end of the end of the first phase, we found that we had 4 streets that we could not do due to interference, a couple from Atmos, 1 from the Paul Mallard project, and then we found out there was another one that the school board was already doing. And then we added another 29 streets to the 21 we had. So when you do all the math, we came out with a total of 46 streets this year, which is a considerable amount of road work in the parish, about 1/10 of our street numbers. So we would request your approval of this amendment, and so that we can continue to do this great work for the parish.
Thank you, Mr. Bingham. File number 2023-0307 is now open for public hearing. If there's anyone who'd like to come up and speak regarding this item, please do so now. Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Is there any council discussion? Seeing none, please cast your votes for file number 2023-0307. That passes unanimously. Item number 2023-0308 is an ordinance approving and authorizing the execution of a contract with the Industrial and Mechanical Contractors Incorporated for the East Bank Lift Station Rehabilitation, project number S211203, in the amount of $1,500,087.
Yes, ma'am. This is a project to convert 3 separate lift stations from a dry pit station to a submersible station. We're at the point now, they're 50-plus years old. The steel tube in the dry pit is starting to rust. We're starting to get holes in that, so now they're becoming wet pits as well. So we're going to go and convert 2 of them, use the existing wet well, and convert that to a submersible. And the one on Wildcat Lane, we're going to put a whole new wet well and do that as submersible as well.
Okay. File number 2023-0308 is now open for public hearing. If there's anyone who'd like to come up and speak regarding this item, please do so now. Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Is there any council discussion? Ms. Cluley.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The school that's right there, does that affluent flow to this?
Actually, I think it doesn't. It actually flows toward the front of the school. So no, this is mainly stuff that's on Armand Boulevard. It flows through this lift station.
All right, thank you.
Is there any other council discussion? Seeing none, please cast your votes for file number 2023-0308. And that passes unanimously. Thank you, Mr. DeGeneres. Item number 2023-0309, an ordinance approving and authorizing the execution of change order number 1 for the West Bank A plant filter upgrade, WWKS 97, to increase the contract amount by $14,539.95 and increase the contract time by 252 days. Mr. Gordon.
Good evening, members of the council. Greg Gordon, Director, Department of Waterworks. So with this this project, we had the pictures earlier tonight, has come to a successful conclusion. It did have some problems with timing, mainly because of COVID and a lot of the supply chain issues. However, the first portion of the change order, $6,800.85, and 10 days, calendar days, was to remove some existing asbestos concrete block that was in the bottom of the filter. Also, $9,239.10 in 45 days was resulting in the filter tank coating and ANSI NSF 61 compliant coating. So originally, when this project was designed, that coating was not part of Louisiana Department of Health regulations. In the interim of that project, they changed the regulations to put the coating on the bottom, which is a good thing. Also, 197 contract days because of excessive supply chain delays associated with the manufacture, delivery, inspection, and rejection, remanufacture, and redelivery of the final installation of the filtered under-drain system. So this was a bit of an issue for the contractor. They did, after everything was approved by the engineer, the submittals on April 27th in 2022. They placed the order the next day, and they were told that it would take at least 8 months for the pieces and parts and all the appurtenances to be delivered, and it took about that long to do that. And That's all I have, just to let everyone know. Finally, the 197 days is no cost. Thank you.
File number 2023-0309 is now open for public hearing. If there's anyone who would like to come up and speak regarding this item, please do so now. Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Any council discussion? Mr. Fisher.
Mr. Gordon,
Yes, sir.
$6,800 is not a whole lot of money in 14, which you're asking for this, but I guess what kind of puts a red flag up for me is under additional work items, during removing existing filter, under drain system, the contractor informed St. Charles Parish Waterworks Department that part of existing filter, underground system, in tanks 103 and 104 was comprised of asbestos concrete blocks similar to those found in previous St. Charles Parish filter upgrade projects. When we did this project, we didn't let them know that we had found this in the past.
Well, I think what happened is, in the past, when they did some previous upgrades of older filters, especially like if you think on the East Bank, those original filters, you had a time when you had a lot of the senior staff who were in charge of that leave and other junior staff who took their positions. And in the interim, I don't think that got relayed to the design engineer at that time. So when they finally did uncover everything, they kind of had an aha moment of, well, I guess this was on you. Asbestos, which many people still use asbestos pipe, was present in the bottom of the filter.
I mean, $6,800, it's below the 10% stamp, but just, did we lose any days because of that?
We didn't lose any days. It was just kind of a loss of institutional knowledge. So now we know.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Is there any additional discussion? All right, seeing none, please cast your votes for file number 2023-0309. And that passes unanimously. Item number 2023-0310, an ordinance approving and authorizing the execution of Amendment Number 1 to the Professional Services Agreement with Alpha Testing and Inspection Incorporated for additional testing services for the hydraulic bottleneck near Destrehan, PS Number 2, project number P190507, in the not-to-exceed amount of $19,000. Mr. Bingham.
I'm back. Yes, this one is very simple. While doing this project, we had to deal with some pipelines crossing the canal. It was very hard to know what that was going to entail until we got some potholing done and did some investigation. We did that work working with the pipeline companies, and it has required a little bit more sheet pile work in the canals and the testing that goes along with that. So this is just to increase our testing services so we can cover that.
All right. Thank you. Item number 2023-0310 is now open for public hearing. If there's anyone who'd like to come up and speak regarding this item, please do so now. Seeing none, public hearing is now closed. Is there any council discussion? Seeing none, please cast your votes for file number 2023-0310. And that passes unanimously. Item number 2023-0311, an ordinance approving and authorizing the execution of a contract with Cycle Construction Company, LLC, for Engineers Canal Phase 1 Bank Stabilization Project Number P190301 in the amount of $1,405,350. Mr. Bingham.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is an acceptance of a low bid. The engineer's estimate was $1,985,500. So this is $580,150 below that. We've checked this carefully to make sure there aren't any mistakes. We've asked the contractor the same question. They're very comfortable with their bid. This is the same company that's doing the hydraulic bottleneck project for us over on Dunleith Canal. So we're very comfortable with this contractor, and we would request the acceptance of this low bid.
Thank you, Mr. Bingham. File number 2023-0311 is now open for public hearing. If there's anyone who'd like to speak regarding this item, please do so now. Please state your name and address for the record. You'll have 3 minutes.
My name is Bobby Donaldson, 580 West Pine Street, Norco, Louisiana. I'm here to speak in favor of this ordinance. It's a long time coming, as Mr. Fisher could probably attest to this. This is one of several drainage projects that we have in the area I can see on the horizon, which would help alleviate much of flooding problems that we've had. Certainly appreciate you taking this under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Donaldson. Do we have any other public hearing? Please state your name and address for the record.
Walter Pillier, 115 Ducayette Drive in Destrehan. I don't live there. I empathize with the people in Norco. I recall the statistics from when they flooded in 2020. They were second at bat. You know, our area flooded the worst. I certainly think 89 people who flood deserve some attention. And I'm here to support what Mr. Donaldson's saying. And it's apparently, from what I could read, this has been around for a couple of years. So we might as well get it done and help these people. I'd appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pillier. Is there any other public discussion? Seeing none, public hearing is now closed. Is there any council discussion? Mr. Fisher.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to echo Ms. Donaldson and Mr. Pillier's thoughts on this. This stabilization project is part of that overall master drainage project for Norco. It will help increase the flow to Engineers Pump Station. Miles, appreciate you staying on top of it. Looked at it today, the P71s, the same things we're using in DeSalmans, the same thing we're using over there, 45-foot sheet piling. Ready for phase 2 and phase 3, so let's get it going.
I'm actually ready for the pump station itself.
Mr. Jewell.
Thank you, Chairwoman. I just want to say thanks to everybody who made the project possible. Like Mr. Donaldson said, it's a long time coming. Councilman Fisher has been persistent. And then, got to feel like I have to give a shout out to Tracy Fletcher because she got on this project while she was in office as well. And that kind of gives you an idea of how long this goes back. And certainly not an easy project when you're working in such close proximity to the upper guide levee of the spillway and working with a couple of folks like Pipelines and Entergy. So we are also excited to see it go in the ground, and hopefully we can continue it with phase 2, phase 3, and that'll complement the pump station project we're working on.
Thank you, Mr. Jewell. Is there any additional discussion? All right, please cast your votes for file number 2023-0311. And that passes unanimously. Item number 2023-0312, an ordinance approving and authorizing the execution of a contract with APC Construction, LLC, for Des Allemands Phase 1 Bulkhead, project number P210601, in the amount of $6,226,996. Sorry. Let me try that one more time. $6,226,996. Mr. Bingham.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As you may recall, after Hurricane Ida, we had a lot of flooding in this area. We went down and repaired a section of this bulkhead on an emergency basis. This will finish the bulkhead from basically the levee, the Sunset Levee, all the way to the US 90 bridge. So this is a big section. It will save the parish a lot of work in setting up HESCO baskets and the like. We also had an alternate one in this project, which was to do some sheet piling work around what's called the old crab factory. And that will help Public Works as well. We usually had to sandbag that whole area. By doing what we're going to do here, we'll be able to drop some stop logs in at their boat launch and be done. And that'll take a half hour versus a whole day. So we're looking forward to this project being done. I did also want to mention, I know there was some concern about the bid being a little bit over on this one. The base bid was $5,117,234. The engineer's estimate was $4.5 million. So that's where the most of the overage came from. The alternate one was $1,109,762, and the engineer's estimate was actually $1.24 million. So we actually got a little back on accepting the alternate. The overage was $482,000. So we were comfortable with that, and we were recommending moving forward with the project.
Mr. Bingham. File number 2023-0212 is now open for public hearing. If there's anyone who'd like to speak regarding this item, please do so now. Seeing none, public hearing is closed. Is there any council discussion? Seeing none, please cast your votes for file number 2023-0312. That passes unanimously. Item number 2023-0320, a resolution supporting Keep Louisiana Beautiful, Inc. organization in the Parish of St. Charles, State of Louisiana, and establishing a Keep St. Charles Parish Beautiful Committee. Ms. DeCastro. Oh, no, she's not here. Hi.
Hi, good evening, members of the council and President Jewell. Thank y'all for having us tonight. My name is Francesca Holt-Blanchard, and I'm the Assistant Director of Communications. I'm joined by Marnie Stein with Planning and Zoning. And the resolution before you tonight will allow for us to form a local affiliate of Keep Louisiana Beautiful, which works hand in hand with 43 local affiliate groups to minimize litter and beautify public spaces in the state. So much of what we already do as a parish is what Keep Louisiana Beautiful strives for. Events such as Trash Bash, the implementation of our litter abatement teams, and our household hazardous waste events already align with their mission. By becoming a local affiliate, we will open the door to resources that are not currently available to us. These grants range from providing litter pickup gear like grabbers and vests to funds to help educate our youngest residents that keeping our community clean results in healthier, happier generations of St. Charles Parish residents. Your support of this resolution is appreciated, and we are happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Thank you. Item number 2023-0320 is now open for public comment. If there's anyone who'd like to come up and speak regarding this item, please do so now. Seeing none, public comment is closed. Is there any council discussion? Ms. Cormier.
Thank you, Madam Chair. What a great idea. I love this idea to get in line with the state's beautification plan. A priority plan for beautification in the parish is a really good idea because for years and years, we've just kind of addressed the squeaky wheel as it came forth. So, to really have an idea of maybe problem areas or areas that need a little facelift, I think is a great idea. How often will they meet? Annual?
So our community committee will likely meet 4 times a year.
4 times?
And
good.
our committee will be comprised of members of the community, industry, the
Right.
school board. We're looking for folks to join us.
That's good. Will the Trash Bash, I know that's part of this because it's an initiative, but for years I kind of see Trash Bash as people just pick their spot, right? Could we maybe give more guidance through this? That we know this area needs a whole lot of help. You guys send your big group there?
We can certainly work to organize that as part of the planning for Trash Bash.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And that's more than likely going to be during Love the Boot Week, which is the week of Earth Week. I think it's the 20th through the 28th of April next year. So we're looking to plan a big event for that.
Good. Glad to see this going. Thanks.
Ms. Belloc.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to say thank you that this program is coming in. Thank you to Matt because at one of my meeting at the library in St. Rose, this was desperately needed because on Elmedia Boulevard in St. Rose, residents have been complaining about it, and so we're getting a committee together to finally take care of this because it wasn't in place before. So thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Gordon.
Yes, thank you. I just want to know how the community members will be chosen.
So we are soliciting from multiple pockets of the community, but we are open for anyone to help join us. Right now, we're getting off the ground. We've got some members that we are working with. We have some members of the administration and parish staff who are helping us get things together, and then we will meet with our community committee and work further. And we think as we get things off the ground and as we have a few events, we'll be able to really get and reach the whole community.
Mr. Jewell.
Chairwoman, I just want to say, Francesca, thanks for presenting here tonight, and thank you to you and Marnie and all the folks who are going to help us spearhead this and keep us more organized on trash collection. We have a couple more things that are going to be happening, working with a local refinery to help us get some equipment that's going to help us with our continuous litter abatement crews. But one step at a time, and our goal is to incorporate the justice system, our inmates, all of the tools at our disposal to allocate resources where they're needed, and keep the parish looking beautiful, because we have a lot of natural beauty in St. Charles Parish, and we don't need it blighted with trash. So thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. Please cast your votes for file number 2023-0320. And that passes unanimously. Item number 2023-0321, a resolution in support of Councilman Bob Fisher for an at-large member on the Executive Board of the Police Jury Association of Louisiana. Ms. Cormier.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I will go ahead and read these resolutions in full, if you will. A resolution in support of Councilman Bob Fisher for at-large member of the Executive Board of the Police Jury Association of Louisiana. Whereas Bob Fisher is currently councilman for District 6 in St. Charles Parish, and whereas Bob Fisher has earned the rank of Eagle Scout of the Boy Scouts of America. Bob Fisher served as the chairman of the St. Charles Parish Council in 2022. Bob Fisher served as council vice chairman of the St. Charles Parish Council in 2021. Bob Fisher served as the chairman of the Operations, Maintenance, and Construction Management Committee in St. Charles Parish in 2021, is currently the chairman of the Legislative Committee in St. Charles Parish, is a member of the St. Charles Parish Community Action Advisory Board, an active member of the Police Jury Association of Louisiana. Bob Fisher is an active member of the National Association of County Officials, where he's a member of the Community Economic and Workforce Development Steering Committee, is active in civic, community, and nonprofit programs in St. Charles Parish, and has garnered the support of the St. Charles Parish Council by resolution for the seat of at-large member on the Executive Board of the Police Jury Association. Now, therefore, be it resolved that we, the members of the St. Charles Parish Council, do hereby support Councilman Bob Fisher in his effort to win the seat for at-large member on the Executive Board of the Police Jury Association of Louisiana. Be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be forwarded to all Police Jury Association of Louisiana members. Be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution also be forwarded to all Louisiana parishes. Foregoing resolution has been submitted to a vote, and vote thereon was as follows. And so that will be filled in after this vote. So this resolution, as stated, will give our members, and the next as well, I'll kind of give the same information for both because we have one following this, but this will give our members a chance to run for some elected positions within the Police Jury Association of Louisiana Executive Board. There are going to be several vacancies on these boards due to some lost elections, some parish term limits, and some other reasons. So the board represents all 64 parishes, but is made up of some at-large region members and presidents and past presidents. So again, this association represents all 64 parishes. This will give us an opportunity to weigh in a little bit heavier, although the association does give us a lot of help and a lot of a voice when it comes to statewide issues. This just gives us a little leg up to have a part of the process. So Marilyn and myself have both served on this board, myself since 2016 and a few years for Maryland. So she and I will both be moving on, and after passage of this, we'll forward this to all 64 parishes as mentioned. This will give Bob the opportunity to run a campaign at the conference in February and basically garner the support of a majority of the 64 parishes that'll be there voting. So we wish him good luck. I ask for your support to support our member Bob to continue with having a voice for St. Charles Parish in the Police Jury Association Executive Board. And I'm open for any questions or concerns after this.
Item number 2023-0321 is now open for public comment. If there's anyone who'd like to come up and speak regarding this item, please do so now. Seeing none, public comment is closed. Is there any council discussion? Mr. Fisher.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Ms. Comey, I'm truly humbled, Ms. Cooley, and fellow members of this. It's an awesome honor to be asked to do this, but I'm going to ask that we table this until the new council takes place, so that I can gather their support, because basically I will be representing them. It was a hard decision to ask this, simply because I've enjoyed the last 4 years working with everyone. I have, but I think I'm going to be fair that the new council people have a say in supporting it. So I would ask for the table of it, please.
Ms. Cormier?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Bob, I appreciate the thoughtfulness in your words. It's completely up to you, of course. This is your name going forward. Due to timing and due to the process, I will advise, if you do wait, you may not be in the best position when it comes to the announcement of your intentions to run. It is a political game. You're dealing with 64 parishes. Not all councilmanics. Some are police juries and have a very different way of doing things. So if you do wait, you may miss the boat. But that's completely up to you, and I fully understand.
Okay, we have a motion to table item number 2023-0321, and a second by Ms. Fonseca. I would like to say that while I believe that Mr. Fisher and Ms. Gordon are supremely capable of doing this, that I don't believe it's this council is not the one that should vote on this. It should be the next council. They will be representing them. And I'm going to have to say that I agree with Bob on this. Is there any additional discussion? Okay. So please cast your votes to table item number 2023-0321. And the motion to table passes unanimously. Now we move to the second item that's kind of in conjunction with this, is item number 2023-0322, a resolution in support of Councilwoman Lysandra Darensbourg Gordon for Region 2 member on the Executive Board of the Police Jury Association of Louisiana. File number 2023-0322 is now open for public comment. If there's anyone who would like to come up and speak regarding this item, please do so now. Seeing none, public comment is closed. Is there any council discussion for this? Okay. All right. You can. All right.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'll read this in full as I did Bob's as well.
All right.
Resolution in support of Councilwoman Lysandra Darensbourg Gordon for Region 2 member of the Executive Board of the Police Jury Association of Louisiana. Whereas Lysandra Darensbourg Gordon is currently Councilwoman for District 1 in St. Charles Parish, is currently the Chairman of the Special Projects, Public Safety, Health, and Environmental Committee in St. Charles Parish. She has served as the Chairman of the Special Projects, Public Safety, Health, and Environmental Committee since January 2022. And Lysandra Darensbourg Gordon is currently ex officio member of the St. Charles Parish Planning and Zoning Commission, a member of the St. Charles Parish Retired and Senior Volunteer Program Advisory Council, RSVP. Lysandra Darensbourg Gordon is an active member of the Police Jury Association of Louisiana, an active member of the National Association of County Officials, where she is a member of the Transportation Steering Committee, active in civic community and nonprofit programs in St. Charles Parish, has garnered the support by resolution as a Region 2 member of the Executive Board of the Police Jury Association. Now therefore be it resolved that we, the members of the St. Charles Parish Council, do hereby support Councilwoman Lysandra Darensbourg Gordon in her effort to become Region 2 member on the Executive Board of the Police Jury Association of Louisiana. Again, This is to support Lysandra to run for a position, not the same position that was noted in the resolution for Bob. This would be a region member. Region 2 is encompassed by a few different parishes. It's a different scale, but still has a very heavy hand on the executive board. This would be an election just amongst Region 2, not a full 64 parish election. So it's a different seat, but still part of the same board that gives St. Charles Parish a vote. This will be in a special meeting of Region 2 at the conference.
Okay, Ms. Belloc.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to know if I could possibly co-sponsor if it's not too late.
You can do that through amendment.
Mm-hmm. Do it through amendment? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. We have an amendment on the table for Ms. Belloc to co-sponsor the item number 2023-0322, a resolution in support of Councilwoman Lysandra Derensburg Gordon for the Region 2 member on the Executive Board of the Police Jury Association of Louisiana. I have a motion by Ms. Belloc, and I need a second to amend. I got a second by Ms. Cormier. Please cast your votes to amend resolution item number 2023-0322. And that passes unanimously. Okay. We are at the point, council discussion, Ms. Fonseca.
Thank you, Madam Chair. While I support both of my colleagues, returning colleagues, for these positions that they want to pursue, I also agree that this should be something that the new council members decide at our first meeting in January. Just as the majority of the council decided last meeting that the road between Ashton and the Edward Dufresne Parkway should be decided by our next council. This should be as well. These positions will be representing our council and our parish for the next 4 years, very much like we will be voting on the chairman and vice chairman who will represent the new council for a year into the new term. Thank you.
Ms. Gordon.
Yes, thank you. Same as Councilman Fisher stated, to table it until the next meeting. Not the next meeting, until the next council come in. So it'll be tabled.
Okay, so we have a motion by Ms. Wait, hold on. That's
Oh,
not
yeah,
the right
I don't
one.
think that motion was.
We have a motion by Councilwoman Gordon to table, and I need a second.
Show Julia as a motion, and then Lysandra as a second, and now it
Say, I can't
flipped
hear
around
you.
again.
Okay, so Ms. Cormier, speak first, and then we'll handle the motion.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just a little bit of clarification. These positions are actually positions that have to be run for every single year, so they don't represent anyone for 4 years. And this is very much an advisory board. And just as you, Ms. Fonseca, sit on the Resolutions Committee now, internally you were elected to do that from the Police Jury Association members. I would hate that we were going to compare this to millions of dollars of projects. That's a little trivial. I do wish my members good luck, my fellow members. I do hope that you all can get it together in January and pass and move this forward. And I hope that both of you can successfully secure these seats for St. Charles Parish amongst the Police Jury Association Board. They've been very important to us, and we didn't recognize always the benefits that the Police Jury Association did afford us until probably the last 10 years. So I do wish you all good luck, and I hope that your fellow members, which I'm sure they will support you guys moving forward in these roles. And I do motion to table this item as well.
Okay.
Actually, we need to postpone indefinitely, I believe. That pulls it off completely. Because it won't be my name
it's reintroduced in January. So somebody will need to redo these.
We've had tabled items come up in the past, so it's, however you all
I'd prefer to
choose
postpone it indefinitely, so there's no confusion over who puts it forward.
Okay, so we have a motion to postpone indefinitely. Ms. Fonseca is also asked to speak.
Yes, Madam Chair, thank you. I have served on the Resolutions Committee for the last 4 years. I've enjoyed it. I wasn't, and my colleagues may not have been aware that these positions, besides mine, the other positions were elected annually because we really weren't notified of that. But if they are, this is, it, in essence, is the same thing. It is the same as selecting a chair and a vice chair during our first meeting. So that person would represent us for a year, and I feel should be elected by our next council. So I do, however, I'll reiterate, I do support both of my colleagues for those positions. Thank you.
Okay, we have a motion to postpone indefinitely from Ms. Cormier and a second by Ms. Gordon. Please cast your votes to postpone item number 2023-0322 indefinitely. And that passes unanimously. Meetings, announcements, notices, etc. Meetings, Housing Authority, Tuesday, November 28th, 2023, 6 p.m., Council Chambers. Hospital Service District Number 1, Wednesday, November 29th, 2023, 2 p.m., Council Chambers. St. Charles Parish Council, Monday, December 4th, 2023, 6 p.m., Council Chambers. Announcements, Parish Holiday, Thursday, November 23rd, 2023, and Friday, November 24th, 2023, for Thanksgiving. The Norco Christmas Parade, Sunday, December 3rd, 2023, 1 p.m. in Norco. Special matters to be considered by the council. Item number 2023-0313, review 2024 Parish Council meeting schedule to be adopted December 4th, 2023. Finally, adjournment. I need a motion and a second to adjourn. I have a motion by Ms. Fonseca and a second by Ms. Gordon. Please cast your votes to adjourn. That passes unanimously. On behalf of the Parish Council, we hope that everyone has a safe and happy Thanksgiving. Have a great evening. We are officially adjourned.